This is how we do it. Listen, I have had just kind of a spectacular day. Why? Because I got to talk to a couple different builders in the space, blockchain builders, people that love different ecosystems. These were great phone calls. They were important. And why is it important? Because the market seems to be down. I'm going to touch base on what all this means, but it was just one of those days where even when things aren't looking great, the people that are here for the long-term goal are here for the right reason. So getting to speak to some of these individuals today was absolutely magical. So it has been a joyous day. Listen, the secret sauce for today is lead with passion. It fuels persistence and perseverance. Here's an example. Find something you love to do. If it is not going great, because you love to do it, it gives you the persistence to keep doing it. And you know what? At some point, what you're doing, you'll get better and better at it. It is worth the effort. Next up, we have developer Kutu Kandan. Who is this guy? Well, he's all up in Atari's Kool-Aid at the moment. He has hacked the ecosystem. He has revealed it is not on the blockchain. How did he do it? He decided to manipulate some of the leaderboard via API calls, and he was able to get in that thing and wiggle a Q-tip around in what happens, and so there is going to be more fallout from that. CoffeeZilla, he has responded to Logan Paul's defamation lawsuit, asserting it is an attempt to halt progress in the fucking name of good things. So it's all smokescreen shit. What do we see happen from that? We have Notcoin. They announced a story-driven game featuring Lost Dogs NFTs. You heard it here first. To announce user engagement, timeline engagement, social interactivity. There is no other answer moving forward. The Ronin network narrowly avoided, like by the chin of the chinny chin chin, they were about to lose about $10 million in an ETH vulnerability. It was a white hat hacker. He decided to return the shit, said, hey, just kidding. They gave him $500K, so we love to hear that. And this is a question, please put answers in the comments. Are Ordinals back? And as you know, I will not read the comments. Cardano, is it in trouble? We are going to get into some of the technicals of why you should chaos, clarity, noise, and narrative. It is Wednesday, August 7th, and it is time for some rare bits. Now, listen, Bitcoin took a sharp price dive today. It's been up, it's been down. Holy shit, it's been a crazy month so far. If Bitcoin, to me, falls below about $54,700, we could see the liquidation of nearly $2 billion in long positions. So these MFers are still out here betting hot in the street, placing longs, placing shorts, and getting crushed. But what is interesting is the MFers that are winning, they're winning big. Are you that smart? I am not. I think spot trading is absolutely fine at the moment. Crypto Greed and Fear Index, we are driving back up to the good. We're up to 29, up 12 from yesterday, out of extreme fear, back into that comfort zone of fear and uncertainty. Bitcoin dominance, it is up on the 24 hours. Today's number is 55.19%. Do we see that get to 60%, or do we see some of these other competitors eat away at that dominance long term? ETH dominance coming in at 14.35%. It is on the negative decline for the 24 hours. And the top search term for the normies, or the top normie crypto search term at the moment, is the SUI network, SUI. It is down 12% on the 7-day. Total crypto market cap, it has reduced 1.8%, coming in at a teeny weeny $2.1 trillion. Before we get into some more news, we are going to check the numbers for the nerds. We are going to do it just like that. Oh my God. Oof. That is the sound of a Red Map beer horn. There is no need to dwell on this. But XRP, those MFers, holy shit. If you are an XRP holder, please leave a meme in the comments. This is just awesome. Up 20% on the 24 hours. Shakalaka good. That is good to see for you XRP nerds, because You clearly operate in the dark. So what are we talking about? Bitcoin currently coming in at $55,412. Ethereum trading at $2,336. BNB 477. Solana 147. Oh my God. XRP, it's down. It's all down. But on the hour, things are coming back. And let me just do a quick flip of the script. Up the most on the day is XRP, rocketing up 21%. Down the most is Notcoin. Man, are these buys for you guys? 11.9% down. To me, it between 15 and 18%, it starts to become interesting even for DCA purchases. Notcoin involved with the Telegram network, aka everybody's phone can get this. Have you downloaded a wallet on Telegram? It takes 2 seconds. It is disgustingly easy. My brother could do it, and he is mentally challenged. Next up, we are looking at some of my picks. Now, these are just things that I like, and I'm going to do a couple things here. So, one, what are we looking at? The pick list. I'm a genius because on the hour, everything is green. No, it doesn't matter. You know, like it's not like that. But these are just things that I like long term. So looking at some of these things, we have Solana, Pepe, Dog, we've had everything's up. Now, one of the meetings I had today was with some people from the Say network, and they're not in the network. They're just associated with making it bigger, better, more reachable to people. And so I wanted to do a couple things. So I have Say on the board here. So what's interesting is on the hour, excuse me, this beer's, you know what? The beer's delicious. Okay, so just bear with me for one moment. On the hour, right, Say's toward the middle. On the day, Say again is toward the middle. On the week, as far as wins and losses, Say rides in the middle. On the month, again, we have Say riding right in the middle. Okay, so what does that mean to me? So after hearing some intel on what they're doing, what they're trying to do, where they want to take things, I began to look at some analytics. And if people are in the kitchen building, right? And there's not activity, if there's not blurb on the timeline, if they're in a silo building, the message does not get out. So if for whatever reason they decide they're going to start promoting a message and getting a message out, why are they doing that? Because they have been building in the kitchen. And these coins that have the least amount of fluctuation at the time of volatility, to me, possess the greatest opportunity for good to the upside. Now, I wanted to also pull up the chart. So this is the Say chart from its infancy. And you can see it's not a great looking chart right now, but there are things happening. And why is this important? Because I met with 2 groups today. And because the market doesn't look good, because things don't on the chart make sense for you to build, the fact that people are doing just that is inspirational. So let that sink in. It is a game changer. And a couple of days ago, I had some people on YouTube ask me, why would you recommend these coins when they're down tremendously on days like this? I said, 1, I don't give advice, but 2, I like these coins because they have development, they have community, they have a thriving ecosystem. While you might not see it from your vantage point, you might not be on Crypto X 24/7. You might have never even known that there are live spaces where we talk about this shit all the time. But what's interesting is from an analytical standpoint, when these coins go down, people get scared because they don't know all of the metrics at play. The social interaction is a metric that hands down delivers results better than anything ever will again. And this is moving forward. We're moving into a new paradigm. It happens online. So Say, I have just put this on my watch list today. I am going to do a breakdown on it tomorrow. And real quick, let me you know what? Let me just say, so I just put some stuff together. So Say Network, it is absolutely still the new kid on the block. And I refuse to say chain there, though that would have been but I didn't do it, and I'm not going to do it. Why are they here? They are here to deliver high-speed trading, period. There is no other reason, and it is that simple. Their idea is we would like to dethrone Solana. They launched August 2023. The platform they're trying to dethrone is already known for super fast transactions because they're comparing it to Ethereum. Now, enter Say, the racetrack of transaction speed, and it's exclusively built for the maneuvering of digital assets. So all of these things are super interesting. It is faster than Salami. Now, if deliverance to the promised land happens and Say flips the script on DeFi, can it truly outpace Solana? Is that truth, fiction, or fact? Which do you think is 3 times faster in finality? Please put those comments in. Yeah, give me comments. I won't read them. Jumping into all that Substack, I'm going to do that tomorrow morning. So if you subscribe to my Substack, we are going to get into this and see what there is to see about this madness. Is it a tree that is about to blossom? We're going to figure it out and do a deep dive on it. We are looking at top meme coins by market capitalization. We're looking at price. Super quick, if you are a holder of Popcat, if you did not sell your bags in panic, you are back up. You're up 20% on the day. We have Dogecoin trading flat, WIF up 12%. Bonk, SHIB, Floki, they are down at the moment. Now, I quickly want to click on the 1 hour. Let's see, has anything like taken off? Okay, Brainlet, these guys have been doing some stuff. Again, I'm going to get into this interesting post that I did yesterday, but Brainlet, these guys were involved in it. These guys are a thrive. It's not a promotion, none of that shit. Like, I just decided to do something and see what happens. I'm going to explain how it worked out. We're going to do another one later tonight with a longer window if people want to get involved, but it's an interesting idea. So if you are interested, watch for my X account. But just seeing the movers over the last hour, it is nice to see. On the 24 hours, Nero Ethereum is up 31%. This fucking Nero shit, which Nero is it? Which blockchain are you fucking guys on? That was, you guys are bozos. These duplicate coins, like, find some originality. If it's already a coin, do something else. That would have been a fun coin to have everybody do well with because everybody understood the narrative. It was easy to grasp. The lady seemed cool till we found out that she doesn't want any part to do with it. I don't know. It's all fucking interesting shit. That's enough about that. Now, we're going to go to Polymarket. Why? Because this is where people put their money. Why are we going here? Because it is my new source of news other than the news that I provide in my Substack and on my show. So I like to look at betting shit. Kamala Harris replaced as nominee at DNC. Ooh, wow, that would be interesting, right? There's a 1% chance of that. Trump family launches coin by Friday. 5% chance. Okay, so we're going to get into it in a minute. There is talk of a couple of the Trump aficionados, family people. We're not going to go for lineage and who's talking about any of that stuff, but there is rumor that shit is happening. Keep in mind, Trump has done a couple NFT collections, a couple sneaker collections. Melania did a Mother's Day Solana necklace. I mean, these guys are in it. Barron supposedly did some stuff with somebody, and I would never mention his name just out of respect for the community. Barron, if you actually did mesh yourself there, unmesh yourself. Dude, have people scrub the internet with that shit because that is... All right, so Iran military response by fucking Friday. I'm going to the beach on Friday. I don't have time. 34% chance. U.S. recession incoming. What the fuck? Fed emergency rate cut. Iran military response by August 12th. I don't know when Friday is. I don't know what the 12th is, but none of this shit can be good for anything. Maduro, Trump, all right, it's all the same shit as always, but these statistical things drive market. They might not seem important, but yo, if you watch the news and you see missiles going off and you decide not to liquidate some assets into stables, like, I don't know. It might be a smart thing to do. Like, there's a hedge against these things, but the hedge, it has, it's not the hedge yet, right? Like, morons are still doing gold or cash under the mattress or whatever the fuck they do. All right, we're going to keep moving on. So we are just going to look at some things. We're going to do the 1, 2, 3s. We're going to do the Bitcoin chart on the 5-day. It says it's going up. We're going to do the ETH chart on the 5-day. It says it's going up. We're doing the salami chart on the 5-day. It's going up. There is no more need to deep dive into this shit. Quit trying to play these market games. Buy some shit, stake it, figure out some ways to use protocols to make your money work for itself. Now, I mentioned some of these analytics around the voting. I do this every morning now. When I did this morning, we had a 51% chance of Trump being president, 48% chance of Kamala. $55,010 was the price of Bitcoin at that moment in time. The percentage number is not important. The up-down number, I think, is what we are going to see affect prices. So Trump is down 2%, Kamala is up 2% on this 24 hours. We will check in tomorrow. If you're interested, subscribe to the Substack. If you don't subscribe to the Substack, you are probably a nerd. Okie dokie. Next up, because I'm a nerd, and I like you guys to know that life is cyclical, and technology, these waves in technology, they're cyclical. So having experience at the rodeo is beyond comparison in value. Understanding the nature of the beast. Yeah, if you've been through battles, you have experience. So some of these OGs that are around, I think I'm not, okay. On this day in history, 1997, at the Macworld Expo, it all happened in Boston. Steve Jobs announced a alliance. So at this time in history, Apple and fucking Windows, they're going at each other cutthroat style, like they're sending death threats, and you could actually do it back then and it wasn't a big deal. You could send cake bombs, you could do all kinds, Molotov cocktails, throw them through the window, and people did not care. So at this expo, they said, yo, nerds, we got to stop doing this. They weren't actually throwing Molotov cocktails. They would throw rulers through the window and pens and calculators back then because they didn't have anything else. You couldn't pick up the computers back then. So they decided to have an alliance, and it's not like, yo, we're going to stop fucking with each other because we hate each other. They said, we're going to do a 5-year test alliance to see if we cannot kill each other. All kinds of shit transpired during that shit. Read my Substack if you are interested. Most of you are not interested in history. I know that because you're nerds in your mom's basement. Next up, we have these little guys. Look how cute these little guys are right there, right there. Bitcoin Ordinals project. Are they coming back? Man, you know what? I have so many friends that are down deep in that shit. Shout out to the runes holders, right? Am I right? Those guys are down deep. Stay tiny. All this shit. Okay, Bitcoin Ordinals projects have rebounded after a rough fucking month, but everything has been rough. We have NodeMonkes increasing floor price by 34%. Bitcoin Puppets climbing 38%. Just, is it coming back? Did you guys load up? And here's the rub. So we're going to get into some technical analysis in a minute. If we have people that are saying shit goes to 35K for Bitcoin, right? And you're, all right, like this falling knife idea, like, yo, I'm going to figure out when to get in and out of this market because I am super smart, and everybody needs to understand the market can always stay irrational longer than you can stay liquid. So I remember the last start of the bear market, like shit would just go down and people are like, buy, buy, buy. And it never stopped. And it would be a day where it's 20% down on top of the day before. And you're like, dude, I have no more cash. It's all in the hood. Like, I got nothing, like, so it is what it is. The falling knife idea is never good. Just DCA on the way down. So it's something to think about. So next up, I think, just watch the fucking puppets, watch the fucking Bitcoin people, runes people. I hope it comes back to you. I know I have friends that are quadrupling down. And you know what? Those same MFers are the OMB people that will just be horrendous on the timeline and in spaces. Just like, you faded this while I was buying. They will be insufferable. It may make crypto X the worst place to actually inhabit if that happens. So keep that in mind. We have Bitwise CIO Matt Hougan. He compares the recent crypto market crash to the COVID-induced crash of March 2020. I was here for it. This is really interesting too. So I've moved all over the world my entire life. In the last 10 years, I've lived in 8 different places across the United States. Each of these places have, when I look back, different mentalities about COVID, the virus, the protocols, the practices, what you should do, what you should not do. My last 2 states were Florida and Texas. My previous state was San Francisco, California. So I went from a state where you might want to wear 3 masks, and you would go to the grocery store and you would wear a mask, and you wouldn't be able to go inside if there were too many people. When I say too many people in the store, I'm talking about Target, right? Like a 30,000 square space. And you would wait in line, and they'd have dots on the sidewalk outside that were spaced. And you would have to move from dot to dot and wait your turn to go in. So I went from there down to Miami Beach, where they've been fucking in the streets since they never stopped. And they're just partying like nothing ever happened. And you go to Texas, and they don't know what a vaccine is. And all of these different mentalities are awesome and wonderful. Who's been vaccinated? When was the last time you were vaccinated? Have you caught COVID? Let me know in the comments. I won't read them. Okay, Matt Wise, he's looking at the old shit, saying it's reminiscent of the new shit. Matt, you have to absolutely understand that technical jargon is just technical jargon. This pattern backward to look at pattern forward, we do not know what the fuck is happening. That is why technical analysis needs to be peppered with social analysis. It is the new lifeblood and the metric, and a lot of you guys, I don't think you read it right. So we have, I don't know. You know what? I don't know. We might, this is probably the last thing. There's other shit, but like fucking like shit's going up, shit's going down. There's some shit happening with Shiba Inu. Like, read my Substack, right? That's what I'm getting at. But the last thing that I want to say is that Michael Saylor, he's just driving the Bitcoin bus, no matter what. So he just recently disclosed that he has he's probably traded in and out at times before the belief hit him like God. But he is currently personally in his pocket, in his fucking walk around mobile wallet, in his hot wallet, he has $1 billion in Bitcoin. Now, I'm not getting into MicroStrategy, how he's leveraged Bitcoin into the stock and just created this amazing fucking boomerang effect. I'm not going to do any of that right now, but he's a giga chad. So it is awesome to see. And what's interesting is he has stockholders, right? And they err on the side of caution. And if you are from an older generation and you were looking at this new currency, you are like, holy shit, what the fuck is that? And he's just in his lane. His belief, let it be inspiring. Let it create passion in how you drive moving forward. Okay, these groups that form, these armies, these networks. I learned about people that are so passionate about the Say network, the Solana network, the Bitcoin ecosystem. No, you know what? I don't know. There's not a bunch of ETH maxis. Like, if you're hanging out as an ETH maxi, let me know in the comments. Not gonna read them, but you know what? Like, that's how it is. If you are still craving some crypto clarity, please subscribe to my Substack. As you know, rare bits may cause hodling.